So don't have no chalk blood. Okay. So, 2 graphs to start because a lot of otaku really don't grasp this. Okay. Everyone knows the 1 to 10 rating for the opposite sex or the preferred sex. The 1 to 10 rating, 10 is definitely would bang, 1 is I'll just masturbate, thanks. So
that's only 4 o'clock.
I know.
Okay, so here's how dudes do the 1 to 10 scale. Okay? So 1 is would not bang, 2 is twice as hot as 1, 3 is 50% hotter than 2. It's 1 more, right? It's 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, until you get to 10, and that's the hottest you can possibly get. Okay? And dudes, basically, their cutoff line is like 5-ish, right? Depending on how much they had to drink, what the person is an ethnicity they have a fetish for, whatever. Like, oh, she's a double bagger, but you should see her ass, right? So it goes back and forth, right? So for dudes, 5 is approximately, maybe 4, maybe 6. Kind of depends if you got absurdly high standards. Oh, I only do 8s and 9s and 10s because I drive a Maserati and I piss money. I mean, sure, I'm like 80 and I have body hair like a bear, but I piss money.
Sterling.
Okay, so for women, they also have a 1 to 10 scale. Their scale looks like this. No, seriously. Like I think it was OkCupid did some infographic, like they analyzed their database. So it's geometric. Women who recognize that they are 3 out of 10, their cutoff line is here. Women who know they're 10 out of 10, their cutoff line is there. If a dude ranks less than 8, 7 on a bad day if they feel really fat, women won't look at him. Do we see a disconnection here?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of dudes who just don't pick up on this. Women have a logarithmic scale, men have an arithmetic scale of would bang, would not bang. Okay, so guys, on average, we are on average here. What does that tell you? Our chances are, on average, it rhymes with bad, you loser fucks.
0 to fucking 9.
Okay, so those are the first 2 graphs I wanted to do. However, there are 2 simple rules for dudes or for ladies who feel like they're down here and who are down here but don't realize it, or who are up here and think they're down here because honestly there are a lot of people who have no idea how they appear to other people because they have an image in their head of how they look and they just don't get how other people see them. Okay, so I like to lecture about things. It makes me feel all smart. Okay, here are the 2 rules for getting all the pussy or dick that you want. Okay, you've probably seen these on the internet before.
Yep.
1, be this is the kicker. This is the one that most weebs don't get. Don't be
You.
Okay, now, this sounds like a joke, but it seriously does work. Okay, here's how it works. You're walking down the street and you see an average person. You don't think, oh my god, I want to take your pants off and fuck. Okay, so if you're 18, you might think that. But you're a girl. But most people, they see a person of average looks. They're like, oh god, I just want to fuck them. They're not really unattractive, right? They're just not super attractive. Okay, here's the thing. Has anyone here walked past the Pokemon game station? Right? Has anyone smelled? Right? Yeah. All the dudes to look at these 2 ladies in the front, they're doing this. Without memory. Seriously, I took Asakawa and Brad and Chris, the voice actors, past there. I didn't know. I was like, we'll just cut through this hallway. Oh, it's full of people. Oh well. Bam! And the smell hit me, and our eyes were watering, and we could feel it in our skin. Okay. So management classes call that sort of thing a hygienic motivator, not because they didn't bathe, but because in the absence of certain things, you are worse, right? Like money for most people is a hygienic motivator. If they don't get paid, they won't work, right? So in the same way, bathing, if you don't bathe, you're not going to get pussy. Or dick. So, but a lot of, like, clearly from the smell of the Pokemon station, a lot of weebs don't get this. The hygienic motivators for not being unattractive: don't be stanky. Don't smell like cheese. Don't smell like gym socks. Don't smell like shame, by which I mean dried semen. You'd think I was kidding.
No.
I wish I was kidding. Okay, but the don't be an attractive thing. So when you're a 300-pound neckbeard ham beast, you are unattractive. Not because you're a terrible person, but because when you get within 5 feet of someone, all they can smell is cheese. So the ways you don't be unattractive, okay? Here's the things that are considered unattractive: smelling funny, looking bad. Okay, looking bad is kind of a crapshoot because of your genetics. If you got dealt a bad hand genetically and your nose looks like something that Osamu Tezuka would have drawn on one of his characters, there's not a lot you can do about that without a lot of money, and a lot of us don't have a lot of money. But here's the important thing. Being 330 pounds, and I know, is considered unattractive. The difference between being 330 pounds and being like 200 pounds, this is going to blow your minds. I have to stop fucking eating cake. That's my secret, folks. I stopped eating cake. Except for this weekend, because the guests needed a lot of cake, and I had to provide it. And I was there, and I was like...
That wasn't a lie.
Plus it's what? Yes, the cake is a lie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, and I'll go on to how not to eat cake later, but this is an actual rule. Bathe yourself, work out a little if you feel like it. Don't eat all the cake in the world. Like, count your calories and you're good. And then there's this thing about, there's one more chart I need to draw. This is exactly another one. Okay, this is the time versus attention chart. The ladies are pretty sure they know where this is going because they've all experienced this. Normal human interaction works like this. 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Okay? Attention, total stranger, right? First date, 10th date, right? Getting pretty serious, engaged or married, love of life forever, right? The standard human progression looks like this. Do you grasp this? Love of life, 10 fucking years. Okay. Also, there's something that looks kind of like this. Okay. When you're driving along and you're looking out in the distance, you can, if you're looking like this, right, your field of vision, 2 miles down the road, you can see fucking everything, right? You can see like 2 miles wide, right? But 10 feet in front of your car, you can see about 10 feet wide, right? So you should know like 50 people a little bit, right? And spend, an average amount of time with people that you've only known for a day or two, or a week or two, or a month or two, right? And the love of your life, you can focus on them while you're still focusing on these 50 people, right? But for someone to get here, you have to go along this route. Let me show you the standard otaku graph, or the standard neckbeard graph. Now let me explain
This is going in.
My roommate, who is a lovely human being,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
we had a mutual friend who was such a fucking neckbeard. Okay, so my roommate was dating a guy who was a nice enough guy. They broke up. It was okay. They're still friends. They still get along, right? But she broke up with this guy. Every male friend she had, still has a lot of them, is a weeb. And about 95% of them, all the women are going, 95% of the weebs are neckbeards. And they think it goes like this because they've seen a lot of anime where it goes like this. Anime is fictional. I've known you a week. I love you more than anything else. Let's get married. Can anyone think off the top of their head of an anime where that happens? Hands up.
Yes.
Yeah, let me say Sailor Moon. Oh, now we can all remember foundation. Okay. Here's what happens in real life. Because everyone else is expecting this. So this chart is common to neckbeards and weebs. It's also common to criminal stalkers. Which is why ladies get nervous when you do that. So, don't be unattractive includes knowing about this. If you've known someone for a week, feel free to say, you know what? I like you. I think you're really cute, and I would like to take you out for coffee or dinner or a movie. And here's the thing, if they say no, they're up here. They're down here. The love of your life has not just broken up with you. You've only known them for a fucking week, you goddamn neckbeard. Okay? So, there should be 50 people you know that you can just go, hi, we don't know each other all that well. How would you like to go out for coffee? Or people that you've just met. You're 18. And you're a girl. But I could go, say, to Nicola, who's cosplaying Sona, and say, we've known each other for a bit longer, but let's say we'd only met that day, and I say, hey, you're pretty cute, and we share this common interest in whatever, how'd you like to go for coffee? And if I'd hypothetically done that the day we'd met, what would you have said?
Is there homemade ice cream involved?
Turns out, by the way, you've all seen that internet chart about virginity age meter, 14, good, 18, oh god, 22, you're still a virgin, you're in so much trouble, you're gonna live in your parents' basement forever, 30, you've gained wizard powers. Right, so I've mentioned that theology degree, yeah, I'm still popping fresh, right? You really do get wizard powers. Allow me to describe. I have create ice cream as a first level spell. Hands up who here has had my homemade ice cream? Hands up who here would kill a man to ensure continued access to my homemade ice cream? Okay? When I say magical fucking powers, I'm not kidding. Okay?
Fucking eating waffle off the floor.
Yeah. Also waffles. I make some waffles. I make pretty adequate waffles. People literally, they're like, I dropped your waffle on the floor! People who don't normally eat food off the floor. Yeah. Okay. People besides Logan. Okay, so.
You got some talents.
Yeah, thank you. And this is getting into the be attractive territory, which we'll get more into in a second here, right? But so the point is, if you find someone attractive and you've just met them, because here's the other thing that neckbeards do. This is how it'll work. We'll be really good friends forever, and then she'll marry me. Ladies, has this ever worked?
No.
No, okay. Not because the friend zone exists, it doesn't. But rather because if you spent 10 fucking years very firmly establishing, oh no, so I'm not actually interested in you, let's just be friends, let's be friends for a month, let's be friends for a year, I just want to be friends with you. We're friends for years, you broke up with your boyfriend, good, can I put my dick in you? That's how it comes across. Think about your male friends, okay? Dudes, think